So I think I'm always hesitant to letting a lot of people on just because it gets clusterfuck as hell. But today I feel like there's an exception. Tom Crum wants on. Has anybody got his info? Like they could send this to.
I got him.
Are you guys able to do that? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Easy's got him.
I like Tom. I've been watching a lot of
Give me a
Tom
minute.
stuff. Tom seems like a great guy.
Penny, so what are you sipping on? Did we ask him? I'm sorry, I was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that.
You're good. You're good.
What's going on
So,
here?
Anthony, have you taken a sip of this
Okay,
yet?
Uncle Joey. So I took a big drink. It was very hot. It was uncomfortable. I didn't like it.
Right.
I like the smell of it. I took a small little sip, and I'm like, man, if I put some ice cubes in this would probably open it up, and then I'd probably really enjoy it.
That's 128 proof.
You can tell. In my opinion, you can tell. But when I took a small sip, it was enjoyable.
You probably took a little bit too big.
But you always give me like a nice. There's the Uncle Joey pour, and then there's a regular pour. So I'm like.
But man, I tell you what, if anybody has a chance to pick up, if you like bourbon, they do a killer job over there at Watershed. This is a 4-year, like I said, 128 proof. To me, it does not drink like 128 proof.
I think they just sold too.
I think they did buy out. Someone did buy them out, I believe.
I don't know if was outside of the country.
But Dylan from our podcast was fortunate to get a lottery bottle.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping he goes and picks that up and we can give that a review.
Mm-hmm.
But Anthony, the smaller sip, do you like it?
Absolutely. I think it's there's a lot of like I love vanilla, so it tastes like a lot of vanilla, and
I almost grabbed up
kind of woody.
They do an apple brandy, and I almost grabbed a bottle of that yesterday just to check it out. But they do a gin, a vodka, a brandy, and then they've got this whiskey or the bourbon that they do.
Yeah. Yep. So is Tom coming on?
I sent him the link. I'm sure it'll take him 20 minutes to download all the Zoom shit it requires to get on.
So there was I'm going to take this moment to address a couple comments, and then I'm going to let you guys kind of give a little bit of what you guys are thinking. Yes, today I'm shaving the beard off. A lot of people say like you should have known. I'm like clearly, but it makes shit entertaining, and I'm just I didn't have and I don't mean to offend anyone with this, but I had no bone to pick here. I had nothing involved with this situation involved American whiskey or any of my guys. This was surely just the thing that I saw. When we got hated on a little bit because we were just trying to get viewers or whatever. Well, no shit. We're on Facebook. You don't start a podcast to view yourself. It's not a thing. But I also have made a lot of great brothers, and so has Uncle Joey in Justice League. We've made brothers in this community, and I saw an avenue to help. And we have a platform, though it's not the biggest. There's enough. And
I will say that Sturg didn't just make this happen. He definitely consulted with some people.
I did
about it beforehand. Namely, me and Sean. And we're like, hey man,
I think Ben and I even texted him.
If you can get him on here and you can get him to say what he's going to say, you know what I'm saying? Just let him say what he's going to say. And the fact that you put him in that position to make a guarantee.
And if Tom, if you're listening, I want you to know, I have a 7-year-old son that knows what it means to keep his fucking word. You didn't do it. You didn't do it.
You're talking about John
Miller. I'm talking about John Miller.
Yeah.
You gave me your word. So, now you picked a bone with me because you told me that you would get that money to them in full and you didn't. I don't know if you're the one that sent our video in from the live where we talked about shaving the beards, but it got taken off in less than 12 hours on Facebook.
Some haters.
So, now I am pissed off a little bit, and I will shave my beard. And like my 7-year-old son asked earlier, Dad, why are you doing that? Why would you shave your beard? And I said, though it's a small thing to do compared to Josh Owens and Craig, is it Landry?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Though, this is so small compared to the injuries that they suffered and to the, they were told not necessarily did they feel they were owed this or anything, but they were offered this was something that they were probably looking forward to get caught up on bills to kind of help that. And let's be honest,
that's me, my bad.
Let's be honest, it was $19,850, I believe. You cut that in half. That's not enough to get rich on, but it is enough to affect somebody's life and allow them to pay a fucking light bill, allow them to go to the grocery and provide for their family and try to get through a rough patch. And you did not come clutch on the Saturday like you said you would. So for that, like I told my son, it is small. You know, I wear a beard because I have a lot of scars on my face from when I had a lot of acne growing up. So I wear that beard to hide things, but I'm willing to cut it off and answer this question on why would you do that and look like an idiot to show my son and adults like yourself that you can keep your fucking word. It's not that hard.
You don't look like an idiot, Big Sturge. You look like a man of your word. You look like a man of integrity.
So
something that we cannot say
on
about
as far
John
as
Miller.
American whiskey goes, I told you I was on your website and I was going to order something. I had stuff inside the box to sell because I was giving you in the cart to buy. Sorry, I'm frustrated. In the cart to buy. And because I gave you the benefit of the doubt, I was like, you know what? I'll give this guy till Saturday. You know what? I'll give this guy till Sunday. Maybe something's wrong, but it is clear as day. You did not hold your end of the deal. You did not.
No,
you did not. So
Right.
it's now, you know, I will shit on you. I will tell people in the community not to have conversations with you, not to rely on you because you're not a reliable person.
Why anybody would want to do business with somebody who is unreliable is just put their whole self out there like that.
Why don't you just say, you know what, John, you did give money to Josh Owens. It sounds like maybe 2,000.
A third. I heard they said a
Third,
third.
2, 3, whatever.
Why don't you just be a man when we interviewed you and say,
chance,
you know,
man.
Big Sturge and let us shitting on you and saying, I like Uncle Joey, but not you. Why don't you be a fucking man and tell people, I don't have all the money, but I'm working on it. What I can do is get $2,000 to Josh Owens on Saturday, and then I can work on the rest. A real man would have done that.
Yep.
A real man would have fucking done that. So now we're going to play this pity party bullshit party of me shaving a beard because you can't keep your fucking word. That's all I got to say. Tom Crubb, welcome in.
Go ahead. Say something.
Well, my thing is those guys didn't ask for us to do this raffle either.
Nope.
You know, we went together as a community to do this raffle and to help someone out because, you know, as having a platform, whether it's, you know, the podcast or whether it's the show or a steel building company or whatever, that's what we do. And, you know, we raised that money and that's where that money should be, is with them.
Yep.
That way, you know, they didn't ask for it, but we were, I won't say we were giving them the money because the customers were giving them the money, the patrons.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I mean, they didn't ask for it. We just did it and it should be there for them.
Well, and you know, the other thing too is I was thinking about was I was like, I had a couple of people message, maybe it's like Jim Jones and his followers, but I've had a couple of his followers, I suppose, message me personally on my Facebook to let me know they know who I am. That's fine. I don't care. But here's the other thing.
We all know.
If I tell my son to mow the fucking grass, and I have a front yard and a backyard. If I come home and the front's not mowed, but the back is, and you tell me, well, I mowed some of it, I don't give a fuck. My front yard still needs cut.
Yep.
But if you would say, Dad, I could cut the back and get to the other part later. I just think
integrity, man.
I think maybe I'd say okay, maybe not because I'm a dickhead. But Bennett, what do you got to say?
I say you're right. If you ain't mowed the whole thing, it ain't mowed. You're a man of your word, and your word is all you have.
That's all we have. You have your word, and then you have the actions of the word.
You don't even have to shake hands these days. You just give somebody your word, it should be the bond.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Tom Crum.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to give you a chance to say something. And go ahead and prolong it as long as you want, so I don't have
to. He wants to hear us all talk, you know.
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay. I really just, you know, I like you said, if you tell your son to mow the grass and he has the means, the lawnmower, the gas, the tools to do everything, then you expect it to be done when you get home.
Exactly.
Period. You know, but you know, here's the thing: if you say, "Well, I can get to it later," then it doesn't get done. So you go out there and you square him up and put his ass between his shoulder blades. You know what I mean? And then next time, guess what? He mows both sides. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you know, I think that's a perfect.
Here's the thing. I think there's some things going to be in the works that it will happen, but you know, it should have happened all at once.
Tom, it may. That's and you know, I have that feeling too, and I knew that, you know, deep down that it possibly could be done, but that wasn't the point. The point was you gave a whole not just me and my boys on my podcast, but you gave a whole fucking community your word that it was paid on Saturday. You didn't say, "Hey Tom, you know something? I know you guys in the community are wanting this money, and I'm really working on it. I'm in some legal issues right now, but I got $2,000 of it. It'll be there Saturday. Give me a few weeks. Fuck, give me a month,
dude. Look
to
at
get the rest."
If I'm not mistaken, he made some comments after the fact.
He did.
He was being cocky about it, man.
Get your clippers ready. Yeah, mine are. Thanks, buddy.
Man.
Yeah, remember that it was on y'all's same post. I mean, in literally like 3 days later, it was like, I can't wait for Tom Crum to eat crow.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Tom Crum to get them clippers ready.
Yeah.
Man, him, you know, I'll go get them, but
I wish it was me shaving today.
Me too.
Me too.
I wish it was. I was willing to do it.
Me too. I wanted to see them red cheeks.
I wanted to prove a point.
But, you know,
some rosy reds.
At the end of the day, here's how it is, man. This is such a minute thing, but for such a big issue. Like this is just me shaving my beard off, and in 2 months I'm gonna have it back. But these guys have been struggling, it seems, for a while, right?
Yep.
I mean, when were these accidents?
About 3 months, 3 or 4 months ago, right?
They were back in the winter. I mean, early spring. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, coming up on 6 months.
Well,
I mean,
it was actually in April because I was on my way to Biloxi.
The money was collected by July. You know.
All right, so while you guys are talking, we're going for it. Hey,
9,000.
And look at this. I mean, now Craig cannot sit at a steel site. He cannot run the steel anymore.
Right.
He can't do really anything.
My man.
And he's not making no money.
When I talked to him down in Maggie Valley, you know, with all the broken bones he has in his face and everything, he told me, he said, just to travel to Maggie Valley was hard. He said,
I mean, North Georgia handed him a check and he just about cried because they helped him out.
Yeah.
And
that's what we were trying to do.
Absolutely. Right. The community is awesome, man. You guys are wonderful people.
So
it is, but I think we're going to let North Georgia run all the raffles from now
on. Yeah.
All right. So my little man's got to get ready and settle down upstairs and stuff. But he's the barber. As you guys can tell, he's got a mullet here. Show him the mullet.
Oh, heck yeah.
I'm jealous.
I am jealous.
There's no way you're pulling that off, Big Easy.
I'm
jealous.
jealous.
To be the barber tonight. So with this being said, we're gonna start shaving this thing off.
Get you a trash can and dump it right into that.
On the plus side, the wife's gonna be happy.
Yeah, she was very happy about it. But you know, just remember, you know, whether he's watching or not, I hope he is. You know, you're not going to get much love for any of this community, Mr. Miller, and I'm sure a lot of these guys are still going to be on your ass until you make do. At least I hope so. So we'll see.
I mean, really, to be honest, all my wish is that he just goes away.
Yeah.
You know, I think from here on out, you know, if you don't speak of him, he'll disappear. You know,
he's like Beetlejuice, right?
And you know, and I think with all this attention that's been brought to it, somebody's going to step in, whether it's an attorney general or, you know, somebody takes it in their own hands. Something's going to be done about it. And probably the best thing for everybody is just to let the motherfucker go. You know what I'm saying? Just let him go.
I almost feel like he said enough shit on our podcast. You kind of, if you piece it together, he almost kind of let us know what happened. I feel like something with he said he ain't paid taxes in 20 years.
Leave those two big ones right there, bud.
Let's see some chops.
And then as soon as he something about a tax ID, they probably fucked him up. They probably said, "Nah, bro, that ain't your money no more." So you know what I mean?
So, you never know, but let's be for real, like the Kentucky people didn't get their money.
No, absolutely. Yeah.
That's all a lie. The church, all that's a lie.
It is at this point. It's a pattern of behavior.
It is. It's theft. It's a pattern of embezzling, theft, taking advantage of the needy, and playing on the good-hearted, neat people in this community. Because every single person that donated $1 would not have put $1 into that raffle if it was, hey, this money's going to John Miller.
Right.
One person would have bought one ticket, but
Mr. Bennett's wife did it the best when she pushed it in publicered it as hard as she could. Hopefully that right there, it's going to get in some proper hands. You know what I mean? Some proper.
And to be honest, Joey, it already has.
Feels so good.
There is a big newspaper article in Tennessee coming out about
good.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna mute him.
That jolly good ginger has 10 million followers.
And
it's going to go somewhere.
Let's be for real. The power of this community got master distiller jars on the shelf. You don't you don't think we could squash a fucking a Janet?
Right. So
and that's really the good thing about the community. When something goes down, all of them come together. And
yes,
if it hadn't been for the community and everybody on Facebook and messaging Sugarlands and shit, I don't believe the jars would be on there yet. So hopefully that kind of rolls into effect with all this stuff.
Yeah,
we have a lot of power on Facebook and TikTok, social media.
Yep,
we need to use it for good, not for bad.
Yep.
All the bad that people use it for. It's awesome to see you guys use it for nothing but good. Keeping in touch, talking about events, things that are going on amongst the community, raffles, benefits, things like that. Somebody needs help, somebody knows about it, and help gets took right to the source, man. And
the only thing that I worry about more than anything is because it's out of our hands now. Yep. I guarantee you, after 1 million views, it's completely out of our hands. I worry about the ramifications. Is what if someone does pick it up, takes it, runs with it? Where's they gonna land on all of us?
Yes, you're right.
That's my worry. Is that?
Well, I never thought it would blow up as big as it did.
Right.
When my wife made that video, it blew up.
Yes.
Well,
it went viral. It went trending, then viral, and it was gone. I mean, it was.
It's out of our, like you said, it's out of our hands now.
Yeah.
I mean, don't be surprised if people aren't getting contacted for their story on this, especially the people that have the info, the real deal info on what happened to that flood victim money, or at least where it didn't go. Because like if like there's some solid information there that if you talk to the right person, you get it.
Ask enough questions, you'll get the answer. Yes, sir.
Yeah. And and then like you said, things that had happened in the past came to light now because of it's so, I think his community's so tight, like it's so tight, you're not getting away with it.
Yeah.
And we all just took for granted that the Kentucky money went where it was supposed to.
Yeah.
Right. Absolutely.
And you always do as a community. You always take it.
Jason, come here.
Hold on.
It went where it's supposed to go.
Nobody goes in expecting the worst of another man, or nobody goes in thinking like, I mean, I can't trust what this dude says from the start. Like as you give everybody the benefit of the doubt until either a reputable source has told you, hey, that dude's a piece of shit, or you learn the hard way on your own.
And to be honest, this is the only person I have ever met in this community that I did not like from day one, and Tom will tell you. I did not like him from day one. There was something that just felt wrong about him. I wanted to like him, but I couldn't.
What's up, boys?
Joe, you look beautiful.
Man.
Sturg.
Yeah. Yeah. What's up?
Now you damn looking like a 20-year-old again.
Feel like a woman. When I was 20, I didn't have two chins though.
Hey, Sturg, you do look good now though.
Yeah, my wife likes it. That's all that matters, right? At the end of the day, that's all that matters.
That's what I say every day.
Me and Bennett done the same nod. I just happened to look up. Me and his wife went,
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
wife likes it. You
My
know,
wife
it's
said
all
you
matters.
might be lucky.
at this
She
point.
said
You know,
you might be lucky tonight. I was like, whoa.
Look, I mean, y'all have all met
I'm shaving
mine.
every night.
I'm like, get the wax. I'm taking it all off.
I mean, y'all met mine. If she likes it, I'm okay with it.
Hey, if I get lucky tonight, I'm gonna at Jim Miller. Thanks, or John Miller. Thanks, bud.
Dude, you know,
sorry, Janet.
Yeah,
yes, please, thank you. Get the pronouns right.
You know,
My bad.
We're going to make light of it and make the best of the situation. At the end of the day, you know, I think whatever's going to happen is going to happen, and it's time for us to move on from this shit and enjoy ourselves. And
I hope the community knows that we tried, man. I hope the ones that watched aren't pissed off and disappointed. I think they saw that we put in a good effort. I think they knew if we asked
Uncle Joe, you can say it. When I seen this, I was like, we're doing it.
Yeah. And I think we asked the right questions to keep him on as long as we could.
Sure.
Anthony got him comfortable enough. I think we sat there and let him drink enough where we could hit him with those questions. And
Uncle Joey about got heated, Joe.
he got a little bitchy with me, and I almost lit him up.
I don't know. You like it's like a woman. He's like, hey,
I said the same thing,
save his ass, and he's over here like real fast, big Sturge. I don't really like you, but I like Uncle Joey. I'm like,
well,
I saved you from getting an ass chewing.
I reeled it in out of respect for Anthony and the podcast. I didn't want it to go off the rails as early as it did, so I pulled myself in and I let it continue. John showed himself as an ass. He showed himself as a liar.
Well, here's the deal, Uncle Joey. Here's the way that I'm gonna. He is not worth talking about anymore.
Nope, we're done.
This podcast is done talking about him. Thank you for letting me shave my beard and
fuck you, John Miller.
Yeah.
Well, that's what me and Phil done. You know, we just said no more. We're done. And then, you know, 2 or 3 weeks, I mean, a month rolls by, you know, we was having podcasts about, you know, I was doing horror podcasts with my buddy Damon, Horror Shine, check him out. You know, all this stuff. We was having a big time, man. Next thing you know, then this rolls out. And it's just, I don't know, it's just bad. You know, I wish the best for the guy, and I wish everybody would get paid and everything else, because I'm tired, boys. I'm just tired.
So let's talk about something better than this, Tom. And Bennett and Big Easy and Uncle Joey and John. Let's talk about. Let's open this up. Anything big in the moonshine world other than this crap? I mean, let's. Is anybody doing anything big? What's going on? What's in the plans? Anybody?
Old, I'm hibernating. See y'all in the spring.
I got one more run to make, and then I'm hibernating until spring.
I'm the only one about to run their first run.
Get your cake. You didn't get it steamed out today, did you?
No, I didn't get it done today.
Oh man,
I'm kind of like Wild Bill says. You know,
Sunday,
it's
next
almost
Sunday,
hunting season, brothers. Y'all ain't gonna see me for 3.5 months. You know what I mean?
I'm actually starting to get more comfortable about going out after the squirrels. I hate the werbles, man. They give me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
For a couple frosts, and then my boy and I out in the woods.
Yeah. How I get on the Moonshine Militia page.
Yeah.
You know, later on, I'm not plugging my own page or Phil's everything, but get on there. I posted a bunch of pictures of what I got to go through this weekend. Awesome. Yeah, it's pretty rough. So I got a horrible job, don't I, Bennett?
Yeah, you got the worst job in the world.
You know, he was saying that the other day, and I was like, I feel like I feel sarcasm.
Lots of it. Let's see. The week before, last week, I had to torture test a Benelli clone.
Yeah,
and we got it out of the box. Got it out of the box and literally run it through about 1,200 rounds of everything from super light dove loads to 3-inch magnums. Not one hiccup. Never cleaned it, never done anything. Never let it cool off longer than just for my hands to cool off.
Really?
I watched that video. It was pretty slick, actually. Yeah.
And then the following week, their new little PX9 carry that SDS Imports brings in from Turkey. We did a 3,000 round burn down on it, and it had 3 hiccups. 2 of them was my problem because I was shooting left-handed because I was tired, and the other one was a first-round magazine failure. I mean, it kicked it up, you know what I mean? But it run everything else flawlessly. So, yeah. Then I got to shoot machine guns and use heads-up display, you know, night vision all weekend. It's rough.
I want to apologize, and my heart goes out to you, brother, for having to deal with that.
Yeah, it's rough, brother. Sounds like you got it bad, brother.
Jackass.
It's rough.
It must be nice because I had to go to Help a Vet Shine event in Salisbury, North Carolina, and do a veterans benefit for the whole weekend.
That sounds rough. I heard you turned a little hard on Friday.
I turned it a little too hard on Friday.
Like turned up.
I was good through the beer and the shine. We got into the edibles and the smokables. We got a little bit too much.
I did that once.
That morning was kind of rough.
Yeah, when I was at Far in the Bottle, I was like, "Where am I?" Dylan's like, "What's wrong?" I was like, "I don't know. I ate 3 different things that people gave me in the span of 10 minutes."
Look, I got up Saturday morning. I was so confused. I pissed in the trash can beside the bed.
At least it was in the trash can and not in the bed.
It was, but it was 5:30 in the morning, and you know I'm old. I gotta pee like 4 times a night. So
speaking of bed, where's Phil Billy at?
So I got a funny little story about that. We were with my oldest son and his wife on a trip, and my son got up in the middle of the night and pissed in my bag.
No.
Jacob Kendall.
How old was he?
Yes.
No. Jake, are you remind me when we go on our next family vacation to hide the fucking bag?
Yeah, I bought a waterproof bag, zip up waterproof bag.
You want to hear another funny story? I was sleeping in the living room the other night, and I was like, I don't know, 15 beers deep, and I was sleeping, and I was in my dream, I was in an airplane bathroom with my wife, and in my dream, I'm like, yeah, zip, you know what's up. And then she's like, just pee. It's okay. Just pee.
Oh, don't ever pee.
And I was like, what? Are you sure? And she's like, just be comfortable with it. I'm like, and then I woke up. I was like, bitch, I got you there. I knew it. But I didn't. Man. I was like, ooh, buddy.
That dream, man.
I know.
It's always like, just go ahead and pee.
Just do it, honey.
Do it.
You'll be fine. You drink 15 beers. You need to release it. I'm like, right. That makes sense. Except that
this is the first time I'd gotten sick in like 20 years.
Nice.
First time in 20 years.
Anytime I hang out with Uncle Joey, I'm getting sick that night.
Yeah, he's really a bad influence.
It's horrible, dude. When we did the live the other night, he was fucking plastered. But I woke up, I went upstairs and I ate a Hot Pocket, and I was like, that wasn't good. That was not a good idea. I was like, honey, where's the Dramamine?
Who got sick when I came over?
I didn't get sick that night.
I called in the next day.
My mistake was going to McDonald's for a milkshake at midnight.
Milkshake on top of all that.
Someone just tell me to shake my milkshake?
No.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
We didn't say no.
I went through half a jar of Pabst's corn liquor doing the Miller episode.
A half jar, dog?
Yeah, I drank a half.
It was over half.
It was a half.
No, it wasn't. Uncle Joey, tell yourself what you want. Just like you weren't drunk the one night at Far in the Bottle.
Man, it might have been.
Yeah.
You wasn't drunk at Big Easy's either.
Actually, you know what? I stayed sober that night because I had to drive Sean's ass home.
He had to drive Sean's super drunk ass home.
You weren't sober. You just weren't Farm to Bottle.
Yeah,
sober.
I kept it real then.
Yeah, if I would have came to
a Miller Lite.
If I would have came up, I would have had to stay there, so I would have been screwed.
Bennett, what is Bennett drinking over there?
I told you there's plenty of places here, Vince.
What's in that can?
I'm mixing Diet Mountain Dew.
You was gonna sleep in the back of your truck at Farm to Bottle. I got a driveway.
Hey, I had a tent with me at Farm to Bottle.
I got room for a tent. I got room for campers. Whatever you want, man.
I got a big question here. This is from the wife. She just texted me. John Benz, this one's from you. She's monitoring the comments. It looks. She said, first off, she said, damn boy, you look good over text message. And she said, and I can't read the rest. But John Benz, this one's for you. She wants to know about the peach ring gummies.
The peach ring gummies.
Yeah.
And who's saying that?
My wife is reading the comments.
Oh, that's probably when I was drinking a little bit of Shine at night, and I ate a gummy, and it wasn't very good. It was like watching The Exorcism fucking movie.
That come from Wild Bill and Rachel.
Yeah.
What's up, Wild Bill?
Man,
yeah, he asked me when we was going to be on. He didn't even know you were shaving, and I told him what happened.
Wait till you see what I shave next. Maybe I'll see it. Maybe I'll be able to see it now.
You won't.
That won't be a live video, right?
Oh, 100%.
Well, guess what, boys? Good news.
It'd be an OnlyFans video.
I'm gonna go live on Pornhub.
Good news. Guess who's here by it, guys?
That's what we came to see anyways.
Features home.
Me from myself. Oh, it's not as good as her.
Hey, she brought food. That's all that matters.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
it's time
What
for
kind of
Bennett to
food?
go. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Oh, she brought Mexican food.
Had me at as soon as you said food, that was me. Like, well, what? I'm good. Put it on the table.
Well, I don't want to keep everybody all night long.
Oh, no.
Because this was not really meant to be a podcast episode, but y'all wanted to hang out. So I'm all Uncle Joey's like, are we doing an episode? I'm like, 20 minutes before. I'm like, we weren't going to, but
Hey, man,
we usually throw a Sunday nighter out there.
We do.
But I hadn't heard anything. So I was like,
here it is Sunday night.
Yeah. So we're missing Dylan though. I don't know where my man's at.
Dylan's been feeling like shit. So we were in Bainbridge and we were in the rain pretty much the whole fucking time. We have not felt right since. So but he's watching. So but everybody out there,
What's up, nephew?
The first this is Big Easy's nephew now. Long story, new episode next time for that. But on behalf of American Whiskey, you know, I never thought this would get when I created this, man, before Uncle Joey, Dylan, Austin, Jake, all of them. I never thought we'd get to here. We got to 1,000 follows today. 3.6 thousand on Spotify as of this week. I really appreciate it, man. It's small numbers for a lot of people, but it's cool. So I appreciate everybody. We've had some people reach out about t-shirts. So anybody listening that wants a t-shirt, holler at it. I know Ben something and stuff, but you can reach out for a Venmo. We can get you guys t-shirts and it's free shipping. We'll just get them out to you guys. So but Bennett, Tom, Big Easy, John, I appreciate you guys coming on and spending the Sunday night and watching this big ass shave his face.
Yes, sir.
And it's really unfortunate why, but it is what it is. Nothing we can do about it. So I'll leave it open to anybody else.
I appreciate you. All right, go ahead, Bennett.
Life lesson. You're a man of your word. Keep your word. That's all I got to say about it.
Integrity. Man's got integrity, and that's what we get out of this.
Might have a double chin, but I got integrity.
You look good, brother. You look good. You look good. Nothing else people will see at this podcast. We're about honesty and standing up for the words that come out of your mouth and back those words up.
Tom, what you got?
No, that's it, brother. I'm good. I'm happy. I'm happy that Josh got something.
Yeah,
that's at least the start of that. Let's hope and pray that the rest of the committed money, you know what I mean, gets to him in a timely manner. Yeah. And let's hope and pray Craig gets the rest of his, you know what I mean? Because those guys could really use it.
Yeah. John Miller, dude, you know, I'm sure, you know, who got the money today? It was Josh. I'm sure, right?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I'm
sure I think it was yesterday or whatever. Yeah.
And you know something, I think Tom hit that. We're glad he did that, but you know, he needs more than that. So motherfucker, make it happen.
Where's the money?
Big Easy.
So all I gotta say is, you know, I appreciate you putting yourself out there and allowing him to come on your podcast and tell his story and hang himself in front of everybody on live video, on video for everybody to see. You put yourself out there. He hung himself. This is where we're at. I'm sure, you know, karma's going to roll in one form or another. He's going to get what's coming to him. And
the biggest thing too is he made multiple comments to me about it being a setup. It was not a setup.
Not at all.
But it ended up just being your fault, not mine. So.
Actually, we say this. Actually, he set us up.
He did
because he lied to us.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And I don't have a
knew he was lying.
All that shit talking, John. You were the setup, bro. You piece of anyway.
So, John Bentz, buddy, what you got?
Well, you know, I don't want to overstep boundaries, but Uncle Joey's cool, and Big Sturg is, well, about half naked now since he shaved.
We love
it. Anyway, yeah, I'm just glad you kept your word and you come out and you made an example of it. It was really, really good that you guys brought him on here and let him try to explain what happened, whether that's what happened or not, you know. The thing was you guys brought him in and gave him a chance. So My only issue with everything is now the next raffle, someone may not support it because of this issue.
Yes.
Listen, the next raffle will be done by somebody other than John Miller, so you should be good.
Yeah.
Well,
I think you'll have some.
And it's going to leave a sour taste in people's mouths. So I hope, going forward, when someone does need it, that people will still actually donate and will still actually go with it. Because
this being said, John, I don't know if you can answer this question. I want to bounce a question off of what you're just saying right now for future reasons. Like, first off, how did the money end up in his hands? And second off, how do you prevent this going forward? I think those are two questions that are important to answer. Does anybody?
I really don't know, and I don't know how much Bennett had involved in it. I know basically with me, I was just supporting the raffle, sharing the hell out of it, trying to make it, go places. I was told that he had a 501c nonprofit, and that's how he got involved with it.
Yes, sir.
He was put in charge by somebody who trusted him, and that's just the way it is, and he had done it before. He ran it for the flood victims, and he runs all kinds of raffles all the time, whether it's for pistols or grain kits or help this person to do that. So, at the time, I could see it would seem like the right person to put in charge. He has experience, knows how to handle this, knows how to do the drawing. So, like his body of work up to that point, he was able to hide everything he was doing from everybody, and it didn't come to light. But when you've got people and you can talk to, and you're like, hey, did you get your money? And that person's like, no, I didn't get a dime. That's a lot different than flood victims, that's a lot different.
Yeah,
than
I mean, that's a big area.
Yes, but when it's specific, like a lot of these people in here could probably pick up the phone and call Josh and pick his brain, or call Richard and Craig and pick their brain about things, because it's a camaraderie. Or even if you don't know them, that you could get in. Yeah. You could get in with them and you could speak to them personally. And I think that's where things really got skewed, and it brought to forefront, because now we're talking to a person. I could talk to you.
Yeah. Right. I mean, even me, I talked to both of those guys today. I talked to Richard and I talked to Josh today on the phone.
We can see that bald ass face.
Oh God.
Oh shit. Look at you. You look like Little Rusty
right there.
You said what, Phil Billy?
You look like my stepbrother, Little Rusty.
Your stepbrother's about to get lucky tonight.
Little Rusty about to get the old Rusty. Got to get a rusty trombone tonight, boy.
Look, Phil don't need to get lucky anymore. He's got like 400 or 500 kids.
Right.
So Phil Billy Moonshine is on here. What's up, buddy? We're not going to last a whole lot longer on here, but I'll let you get some peace here for a minute. That means you can talk.
Phil, talk.
What you got to say, Phil?
I just want to see that baby face.
I love Phil.
Who sent him the invite?
Yeah, who let this guy in?
I let him in, but somebody sent the invite. I knew it was good. I knew it was the penis head.
His audio's Jack.
It wasn't me.
We can't hear you.
You missed Big Sturg.
I'm hungry.
Hey, Sturg, stay back on there.
Yeah, your bandwidth's low. Booty
I moved him.
All right. It popped up on my screen, so his bandwidth was low.
But he is a man of his word and kept his word.
Who we talking to here?
This is the Peach.
The wife.
The Peach. Hey. I know. Don't laugh.
I'm eating. She's eating. She don't want to be on film. She's eating.
We'll talk about him later.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Hey, get him on.
We appreciate you, Sturge. We'll let you get to the family. It's Sunday night. Everybody get back to their families.
All right. So as always,
appreciate everybody jumping on.
As always,
we
guys,
love all y'all.
I am no longer the fat bearded man. I am the fat beardless man. I'm Big Sturge.
I'm Uncle Joey.
I'm Big Easy.
John Crumb. That's Bennett. And that's Bench.
There you go. Good job, Crumbs. Take care of it, man.
Great job, buddy.
I ain't got a problem talking.
Guys. Have a good night, guys.
Everybody have a good night.
Thank you, Sturge. Thank you, Joey.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, brother. Bye.